anybody. Of course I do. And taking people away from their families and their wives. That's not fair.
See, that's where the decision comes in. It's the federal government. It's not the police officer on the street. Okay, it's without them again. Where are we going to be? We're not going to be in this office protesting. We're going to be like in Afghanistan with the Taliban. They're going to drag you into a soccer field and put a bullet in the back of your head, and that's the end of that. No protest here whatsoever. But because of our police force, our Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms and that, we are allowed to come here and do this. You don't see them arresting us. They're being very respectful, of course. They're being very polite with us. They're being very professional. And every time over the last 4 years that I've dealt with the Calgary Police Service, they've always been professional and respectful. And that's all I've ever asked. Be respectful, I'll respect you back. And they do. You know, and they're not the ones making the laws, but their commission is lobbying the government for mandatory minimums. The police commission is doing that in Canada. But that doesn't mean this officer or any of the other officers here today agree with that or disagree with that. That's not the issue. It's the police commission in Canada that's doing the lobbying, and it's our federal government that's ignoring us.
Everybody's got to stand up. Even if I'm a cop, I've got to stand up and say, I'm hurting people by doing this. I'm going to stop. I'm going to go get another job.
Well...
You don't sell out, right?
It's just that the citizens run the country, not the state. Yeah. So you have the state lobbying the state. I see problems with that.
Yeah.
And if you have police saying, yes, let's give us more power, you're arguing for a police state.
Yeah.
So it's not their job to lobby.
It's not. You're right, Dennis.
To say we need more police or more laws is up to the citizen, not the police.
Yeah, and you're right. You're 100% right.
The police know who the scumbags are. They're
people.
lobbying to say, I don't want all this constitutional garbage to get in my way to get the scumbag off the street. But that might work for the scumbags, but it also works for other people. It's a blanket for all of us.
Yeah.
So if they say we don't need reasonable, probable grounds to get someone off the street because it makes our job difficult with the scumbags, then they don't need reasonable, probable grounds to take a decent citizen off the street either. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the scumbag on the street and the decent person on there too, rather than both of them off.
That's right.
Oh, agreed. You know, and that's where innocent people are getting caught up in this. People that shouldn't be caught up in this. Medical consumers, people having their Todd in Edmonton having his whole garden ripped out, and he's Health Canada exemptee. And the Edmonton Police Service took his garden, they've taken him to court, and he's fighting it, of course, and they're willing to give his equipment back and all that. And he's told them, well, I want compensation. You're saying that each plant is worth $1,000, has a potential to be worth $1,000. And you took 265 plants from me. Well, are you going to pay me $265,000 by your own estimates? Well, of course not. They're not interested in that whatsoever. Now it's a different story. So it's, you know, do as I say, not as I do type thing. And it's unfortunate. It is. But that's not the police officer on the street. That's our higher ups. That's the federal government. That's.
Hey guys, is anyone taking pictures of our awesome circuits?
We
are taking over Stephen Harper's office. Free Marc Emery!
Free Marc Emery! Free Marc Emery! Free Marc Emery! Free Marc Emery! Free Marc Emery! Free Marc Emery! Free Marc Emery! Free Marc Emery! Free Marc Emery! We will not stop these occupations until Harper starts to listen to us. We're tired of being polite. We're tired of ignoring our phone calls. We're not going to do it anymore. We're going to occupy their offices. And we'll continue this until they start to listen to us. This is a legal action. We are peaceful protesters. We have every right, as every Canadian citizen does, to be here, occupying Stephen Harper's constituency office in Calgary.
Free Marc Emery!
Free Marc Emery! Free Marc Emery! Free Marc Emery! Free Marc Emery! Free Marc Emery! Free Marc Emery!
Free Marc Emery! Free Marc Emery! Free Marc Emery! Free Marc Emery!
Go away! DEA!
Go away! DEA! Go away! DEA! Go away!
DEA! Go away! Shame on Stephen Harper!
Shame on Stephen Harper! Shame on Stephen Harper! Shame on Stephen Harper! Shame on Stephen Harper!
Shame on Stephen Harper.
Good work, folks. It's great to see all you out here supporting us today. Supporting Jody Emery, Marc Emery, Jacob Hunter's campaign of occupying offices. We're enjoying our afternoon in Stephen Harper's office, occupying it. As you can see, we have our Canadian cannabis flag up here. We have Marc Emery posters on the doors and the windows. We are being peaceful and respectful, and so are the Calgary Police Service, and we appreciate that. And we have every right to be in this office. We have every right to protest peacefully. And these protests will continue across Canada at all Conservative MP offices.
Okay, we'll stay away from your side of the deck.
Should talk, don't rent next to a government office.
Yeah, she's not happy about us being on the deck?
Yeah, she's upset that we're making noise, but ultimately the cost of living in a democracy, which allows us to have the vibrant economy we do have, is putting up with protests. We have rights in this country, and those rights are why people are willing to invest here. We have a stable democracy, and this is the, I would say, rather small cost of that.
Well, especially living right by Stephen Harper's office. I know myself, we protested here every year. Excuse me. We protested here every year. So they must know, and others I'm sure protest here, so they must know that this is going to happen continually. So, move on. Get another office somewhere else.
What I would say is that perhaps the government of Canada should stop upsetting enough people that there's constant protests disrupting apparently business next door to their offices.
I agree. Much better, Jacob, yes.
Because Canadians need to take it directly to their representatives. Whatever you're upset about, be it me upset about my husband being sent away, or be it any marijuana user who is facing a long time in prison under these new harsh laws they're introducing, or anyone concerned about the environment, the economy, anything at all, go to your representative, and we're showing you how to do it, because our country is being Americanized. Stephen Harper is trying to turn our laws into American laws and integrate us with the United States. But as Canadian citizens, we have to stand up and say, no, we are Canadians. You cannot turn us into the United States. Keep us here, keep Marc Emery here. Marc Emery does not deserve to go to prison, and we shouldn't have sent him.
What's his next step? What's Mark's next step?
Well, he'll be sent down to Seattle to be sentenced to his 5 years that he pled guilty to, which he did in order to avoid a life sentence, understand.